Love in Italy. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Luca, who lived in Venice, Italy. Luca had a lot of skills. He really liked painting. His art was of Venice, the city he loved, with its water streets, pretty buildings, and lively people. Luca didn't have much money, but he had a lot of ideas and loved his art very much. A young woman named Alessia lived in a different part of Venice. Alessia came from a very rich family. She had everything she could want, except freedom. She lived in a big, beautiful house. Her parents had planned her whole life, right down to the guy she was going to marry. Even though he was wealthy and from a good family, Alessia didn't love this man. One of her dreams was to be able to choose her own path in life. Alessia would put on simple clothes and walk around Venice every once in a while. There was a time she didn't want to see the city as a rich girl. He met her on one of these walks. He was drawing by a canal and had lost himself in his work. His painting surprised Alessia. Luca seemed to be able to see a different, more beautiful Venice. When Luca and Alessia looked at each other, they knew they were meant to be together right away. They knew each other had the same dreams without having to say a word. They began meeting behind closed doors. As they walked through Venice, they would talk and share their hopes and dreams. He took Alessia on a tour of the city, and she loved it. Alessia felt truly happy and free for the first time. Luca, who had been a little lonely before, felt like he had found someone who knew what he was going through. They fell in love very much. But there was something wrong. Alessia was going to marry someone else soon. When they met in secret, it was both sad and sweet. Their desire to be together seemed impossible. They chose to do something very brave one night. The next morning, they were going to run away together. The first thing they would do together was meet at dawn on the Rialto Bridge, which is one of the most seen places in Venice. But Alessia's family quickly noticed that she wasn't there. Because he was mad and ashamed, her fiancé promised to find her and bring her back. He didn't want to look bad or be cut off from Alessia's rich family. Someone who was going to marry Alessia found them on the bridge the morning they were going to run away. It was a very difficult time. Alessia's future was very close to being over. With simple but strong words, she told him the truth as she looked at him. She told him she wanted to be with him and loved him. She talked about love, being free, and having the choice to live your own life. Then a really cool thing happened. When Alessia's fiancé saw how much she loved Luca and was touched by her honest words, he did something no one saw coming. He knew he couldn't make her marry him if she already had plans with someone else. He then let them go. It was a simple but beautiful wedding in Venice for Luca and Alessia. There was a lot of trouble, but love got through it. It can get through anything. People all over Venice heard about them and were moved to follow their hearts.